When I got up today, I had a genius idea. It was a rainy day vlog. Now I've actually had this... It seemed like a good idea. Unfortunately, the reality of it is this. In order to keep a camera at the correct distance from me, it needs about a foot between the camera and my face. The umbrella, that needs to be basically where it is now, which is right in the way. Now, if I were to move the umbrella to where the camera is, I'm not under the umbrella anymore. If I were to move the camera to where the umbrella is, well, it's probably doable. I think you can see my problem. We as humans love to complain. I can say that with some authority, because I'm British. Now, complaining in Britain, it's not just a thing, it's an institution. It's what we're based on. And I think that comes from a general nationalistic melancholy, partly down to the fact that it's raining 366 days of the year. Although not this year. We've actually just had a drought. Yeah, it wasn't really a drought, it was just a dry spell for 6 weeks with some quite nice summer's days. A lot of my friends very much complained at how hot it was, which is funny because I'm pretty sure I've seen on Facebook that they were complaining about how wet it was today. There you go. Oh, I can feel my left foot getting wet. Now, one of the reasons that I'm actually talking about this whole rainy day and melancholic Britain kind of thing is actually because of depression. Now, I suffer depression. This week hasn't really been a great week for me. Still managed to get some stuff done, so can't fully complain. And that's the point. The way that we think, and I don't just mean in Britain, I mean the way that humans think, at least in the Western world anyway, thanks to all capitalism and all that stuff, but I won't get too much into that. We're basically conditioned to worry and think bad of everything. Specifically, judge everything. Make everything worse just so that we can buy something to make ourselves feel better. So that when we have no money, we get unhappy until we get paid and then we carry on doing stuff. It's not even just as simple as that. I attempted yesterday to actually start talking about feelings and how they're not really considered in the workplace nowadays. But I didn't really feel like it, funnily enough. We need to simply look at things differently. Very, very sadly, I've recently heard of 2 people passing away. One of them because of postnatal depression, and one of them simply died of a heart attack. But the lives of others are vastly affected by the death of one, or I suppose 2. Now, normally in that kind of event, people are expected to put life into context and say, oh, life's too short to worry about this kind of thing. It was actually that basically made me stay in bed for 2 days. I couldn't physically face life. I did not want to get up. It was only when several hours passed and I managed to just go, I don't care, and I eventually got up. Same again happened today, although it was only 4 hours after I wanted to. It was an improvement. And that's just the thing. Tiny little things like that, tiny little victories, need to be celebrated more, but not publicly. This is going to be really confusing to a lot of people now. One of the things that I see about depression is when people go, we need to talk about it. To which I say, no, we don't. We need to talk about it once you have understood it. There's no fucking good people talking about something if they have no idea what they're talking about. Insert anything about Brexit here. For example, just down there was a pile of dog poo. Now, if you look in parks, there will be lots of signs that say no dog filing, please pick up your dog's poo. This is a terrible vlog. For someone that doesn't really understand that whole thing, they will go without any gloves, without any bag, and they will pick up that poo. It doesn't actually say on the sign what to do with the poo, it just says pick it up. So in order to deal with that kind of thing, you kind of need the common sense to pick it up with gloves, or in a bag, and then dispose of it at home, or maybe in a dog bin, or your own dog bin. Cars are really noisy in the rain. Now, just telling people we need to talk about depression. Excellent. So, what's your common Joe Blog's going to say about that? He's going to say, alright, well, we need to talk about happiness, we need to talk about your well-being. One of my least favourite things is when people say, oh, you need to accept that you need help. Now, when the fuck did anyone say, yep, I definitely need help, I'm accepting defeat now, I need help? Now, I'm not just on about depression and mental illness and all stuff. I'm on about if someone's trying to fix their lawnmower, or if someone's trying to reorganise the fridge, to fix their own car, or lift a piano up some stairs. If someone has set out to try and do something, they're going to want to try and complete it themselves. And the first thing that people are saying about depression is they say, you need to accept that you need help. If you're cowering away in a corner, you're unable to get out of bed, you are unable to function, the last thing that you want to hear is, you need help, you're suffering, you feel terrible, you need to accept that other people who haven't even seen what situation is in your head, you need to let them in. No! I don't want to let them in. I want to keep them out. Not just because I don't want them to see me suffer, but part of the thing for me is I don't want them to experience what I've been experiencing myself. And here lies the main problem. By that respect, that means that no one would really get help doing anything. But this is where we go back to the whole rainy day thing. Lots of people will see rain and complain. Lots of people will see a very hot, sweaty day and they will complain. Lots of people will see a depressed person and they will complain that they're not functioning right or whatever. The people that need to change are the people that are trying to change those that need the help. It's not them that need the help. It's not them that need to change. It's you people who are trying to help but not understanding the situation. It's you people that clearly have absolutely no idea about the subject that you're trying to help on, and then are just going willy-nilly and complaining about everything. Oh, well, this is going to be challenging. Oh, I know. Oh, I'm getting wet now. Oh, oh no! Ah. Oh, all that time keeping dry and I've just undone it in the last 30 seconds.